And then here she come. All right, let's get into it.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of Real Chill Conversations. You've got your girl Brenna B tonight. Dominique is in the building, and we have the gents from the Four Kings podcast. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mikey Mike, aka Mr. God damn it, he fresh.
How you doing? This is Dad Had Daddy. It's the Salt and Pepper Poppy, Mr. Cagnan McSlur. Thanks for having us.
Wait a minute.
I need y'all to make me a nickname.
I know.
So first of all,
we need nicknames.
I got to redo his real quick. Hold on, one time. See, now he finna make me go in the Four Kings podcast mode. Hold on, wait a minute now. We got
the vault, reaching.
We got Mr. Dad Had Daddy, Mr. Salt and Pepper Poppy, Mr. God damn it, fresh lineup on the beard, Mr. Cagney Slurry. Right, there you go. Put some respect on your name, boy.
Put some respect. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I want a good ass nickname that I could take to the streets and be like, "Oh, there she go, because people keep getting my name wrong all the time, my entire life.
So they say. So it's Brenna, but what do they say? Brianna?
People say Brianna.
Gotcha.
They say Brianna. They say Brenda.
I can't read.
They say Brenda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Brenda. And I'm
now
like,
they add letters.
And I don't answer them. And then they look at me like I'm crazy. And they said, "Hi, Brenda." I'm like, "I'm not Brenda." So I didn't think you were speaking to me.
So they be calling you on the street and me talking about what's up.
I remember in elementary school, my teachers would get my name wrong, and I'd be like, "It's not Brenda, it's Brenna."
See, look how proper that sounds. I'm just saying. Yeah. So Dominique gonna come in here, and she go, "Ooh, I can't wait till she gets started." I'm gonna fall back for a minute, because I already know she finna come with it.
Let's get it.
And we appreciate y'all for having us. Tell everybody, if this is your first time checking out these lovely young ladies, and I say that loosely because I don't want you to think that they're underage.
We legal.
Wait a minute.
No, but check out Real Chill Conversations on all platforms, and you can check us out on all platforms as well. Like, comment, follow, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, and sharing is caring. That's what it's all about. So here at Real Chill Conversations, we like to share information. We like to discuss different topics. We like to hear other people's perspectives and kind of take that all into consideration. We do a lot of posts in the Facebook group, on the chat, kind of asking questions and pulling out feelers. And that's some of where we get our ideas for topics from. But some of it is just something that comes to mind, or an experience that we might have had, or something that we've gone through. So we're very transparent about what we do know, what we have experienced, what we do understand. If there's something that we're not experts on, we try to do as much research as we can. And of course, we place a disclaimer. We're certainly not experts. We'll point people in the right direction, but mainly it's just convo and chill. We're just going to talk like we're having a conversation at a bar somewhere, having a drink, or sitting in somebody's house at the bar and someone pouring us rosé on Sunday, or whatever it is that you like to drink. So
2 or 3 drinks.
2 or 3 drinks. That's right. You got enough.
What is she drinking over there? It looked like Colt 45. I've never seen. Oh, the Cayman Jack. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I ain't never had it, but I hope it's everything that you thought it was.
It's good. It's good.
What's it taste like?
This one is just watermelon.
Okay.
Okay.
I love watermelon.
Everybody
I had strawberry.
Okay.
See, look how she said strawberry. Strawberry. I'm telling you. All right now. All right.
Strawberry.
All right. Well, let's get going with talking about this topic. Now, okay. I posed a question in the Facebook group, in the chat. What do you prefer, brains or body? And then I said, if you get both, that's a bonus. Some people reported that they wanted brains, others said body, and then another person said that they have both. And I said, oh, well, you're a very lucky person. So from you guys' perspective, how do each of you feel about that when you are, in the process of courtship or dating or looking at someone as your potential forever person if you're not already married? What is it that's most important to you? What's the most important characteristic about that person? Because the body can only last so long before you have to send them off to Mexico and get work done.
That was a good one. I love that one. I'm gonna let my counterpart go first. I'm gonna let him go first.
Okay, so for me personally, right, I don't necessarily care about your body that much. It's okay. Like the prettier the girl is, the more problems you're probably gonna have, right? So I'm in the market for what I like to think of like as an adjustable 6. So it's like, you wake up in the morning, you got crust in your eye, you got a little something right there. You might be a 5, but you get up, you wash your face, you a 6. You put that shit on, you a 7, right? So then at that point, I'm good on that, and I'm about that too. That's what I feel like I'm like. So I've never seen a 10. No disrespect to anybody, I've never seen a 10. I don't think that exists in the wild or anything like that. I've seen 9s and 8.5s, but I also seen and had the problems dealing with those. So I'd rather, I take a cool 6, and then brains is amazing because like I want to be able to talk to you and have conversations and have similar interests and outside of the physical aspect, because you're gonna lose that eventually.
Right.
I was just about to say that because let's say if you have a long day at work and you just had an interested conversation with somebody or something happened and you want to talk about it when you get home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to just say, "Oh yeah, work was good."
Right.
Every day, "Oh yeah, work was good."
Right.
Right,
Like,
right.
let's talk.
You want to give the description and the situation.
Yeah.
You want your person to be like, oh, and what did so and so say? And then what did you say? And then what happened? You want to get into all of that. And yeah, I dig it. I can get that.
But I'm gonna tell you the funny part about that though. As men, we're gonna listen to you, but we're gonna listen in a third person. Like it's gonna be like, for real?
So you
No,
hear,
she didn't.
you hear,
You know what I would have did? You sure right.
so you hear.
Wait. Okay, so what about from a male perspective? Like when he has a long day of work,
Right.
do he just want to come home to his woman? And I'm like, babe, how was work today? And you're like,
Ed.
oh, it was good
I
every
don't bring
day,
my
or
work
it
home.
was good. Like you can't.
I don't bring my work home.
So
work stay at work. Home is a place of peace. Work is a place of like commerce. So it's like that's where I make my money.
Anything, not just work, but
Anything else? Yeah, like I
yeah.
would love to come home and be excited. Well,
Yeah.
I'm separated from my co-parent right now. We were married for like 7 years, but when we were married, it was nice to come home and talk about fun stuff. Or like if I seen like a trailer on YouTube and I hit her up and be like, "Did you see this?" And we laugh and talk about it and stuff like that because she really was my best friend at the time. But I would prefer that because that just makes things a lot more palatable when
Right. And
yeah.
then when you don't have that communication, you're basically just saying, oh, my day was good.
Right.
Oh, it was bad. That's it.
Mhm.
Like, it's just like the conversation is very limited.
It's
And
dry.
I feel like you're missing on a lot
Mhm.
Yeah.
with your partner if you're just going to have really short, conversations. Like, oh,
That's how
okay.
work sneak in because you ain't having conversations with you. They at work having these interesting conversations with this person who sees you every day and spends 8 hours with you, and they're consistently talking to you. And then that's when you have those little cracks in your relationship. So yeah, I agree with that. You need to be able to have a strong, rapport and relationship talking with your partner. Otherwise, somebody else will.
That's true. And you, sir, what's your take on it?
So I got to go back and double back to the first part. So it's a 2-part answer. So what I would say is that so first and foremost, I am married, and whether or not I value beauty and brains and booty and brains or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like this. I got with my old lady because She was smart. She's probably one of the smartest women I know.
Okay.
But then at the same time, she had to pass that eye test first, because I mean, let's just face it. Don't nobody want nobody that don't nobody else don't want. So I mean, just and you know what you got. So you do what you got to do. So that's the first part. The second part is I really try to be more or less the person that listens to what she's going through. The only time, and because as a man, my role is to be able to help support, right? We're protecting, we're providing, and we're professing. But if you look at it, when they're asking, a lot of times they need somebody to vent to. It's not so much that the only time I give my response about what I would do is if she asked me directly, because she's smart. She's gonna figure it out. But I'm that person that she kind of bounce things off of and here to support her in whatever decision that she makes.
Yeah, I think
Some men actually say that they will choose beauty because you can teach the brain.
So that's a different kind of conversation, right? So okay, that's a different kind of
Tell me
conversation.
about that.
And I understand what they're saying, right? Because it's like, let's say like I am a blue collar worker, right? I don't care that you have a doctorate in theoretical physics. I don't care. Like that's gonna go over my head. So
Right.
like
not the theoretical physics.
yeah, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for me, like I'm a botanist, so I love science. So it's like it's fun to talk about science with people. But at the end of the day, it's like you gotta know who you're married to, or you gotta know who you're with. Like, everybody says, opposites attract, but like sometimes like they don't really work out that way. So it's like if
Because
I
they
don't care.
say they can't make a girl, they can't make a woman beautiful. So,
Yes, you can.
but you can work.
Nah, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can get work done. You put on makeup. I done seen amazing things. I done seen some wizardry.
Transformations.
Look,
afters I've seen just with makeup alone, not even
right.
the body is correct.
But then that means you'll have to be wearing makeup like every day just to please somebody.
Yeah, and that's
too much.
I mean, if that's what you want to do to keep her man, then that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's on her.
But why can't he?
I gotta be without my makeup sometimes.
Yeah, why can't he adjust to my natural face with my skin just moisturized and I'm just barefaced and beautiful? Why can't
Well, how'd you get him?
Huh?
How'd you get him?
How
with her makeup on?
Right.
When you met him, you wasn't barefaced.
Yeah. So it's like if I catch you,
you had that shit on.
If I catch you in Target, you know what I'm saying? You got your jogging clothes on. I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But if I catch you in the club all done up, like you got to stay hot. Like that's like if I, as a man, met you and I had an 8-pack and I'm all buff and fine, and then like now I got my dad bod and I'm like, baby, just love me through this. It's like, well, nah, because when I met you, you was Hercules. Now you not.
Yeah.
We met at a white party, so yeah, I was all
you had that shit on, yeah,
up and whatnot, but. We went on a couple dates after that were much more casual and laid back. We went to go see Why Did I Get Married To by Tyler Perry, and I had on no makeup.
What you had on?
I had
clothes.
I had on a t-shirt, jeans.
Okay.
He had to see you on a regular day, because like you can be impressed on an up day, but then like I have to see you in the morning. Like before I make any full commitment, I have to see you in the morning with the crust in your eye and the drool on your face with the stank breath. And then I know. Then it's like, okay, I'm rocking with that. I can deal with that.
But then I got to double back on something that you said, right, as far as like blue collar. For some men who aspire to have a certain type of female, they don't care about what kind of brains that she got, unless she give him the brains that count where it count.
Right.
If you count that. If he making the money and she can stay at home, her main thing is to make sure she looks good at all times and the house is clean.
But that's a different type of,
And it's probably not going to be in the black demographic, because we rank the lowest about our salaries. We are at the bottom.
Right.
So we are making around $50K a year on average.
So what is gonna be with us?
Right.
Yeah.
There better be some conversations being had.
Hey.
No, but at the same time, when you're talking about teaching, right? So it's like uh, uh, a lot of people come into a relationship and they want to like put all their, oh, I want a relationship to be like this. I want it to be like this. I can help out this way. I can help out this way. But like men spend our whole life being coachable, like especially when you play sports and stuff like that. So
Right.
and then we understand how to like cooperate with each other. So like we want a partner that way too, because if like you can't be coachable and cooperate, then it's like if I can't teach you nothing, then what are you here for? Like
Right.
you want to be able to teach me something too, but it's like if I can't teach you nothing, then like if you're gonna teach me everything, then why do you need me?
And it's
Damn.
interesting that you say that because my husband and I didn't come from similar backgrounds, but we had similar paths as far as our careers. So he would bounce things off of me of something that happened at work. I would bounce something off of him if something happened at work, as far as like technical solutions and things like that. So we really got into that conversation, and we were passionate about it. But other than that, that was really the only commonality that we had. We grew up completely different households, completely different way of life, different, I was in all kinds of sports and activities and things like that, and he was not. That's why our kids are going crazy, going to every single athletic event they can possibly go to, track and football, and some days they have both. But there's a lot to be said about having a conversation and being able to find some kind of commonality that kind of draws you closer. And he actually told me, he was like, I was talking about that stuff. It's like a turn on because you actually understand what I'm saying. I don't have to break it down for you. You actually get it.
I have a question. Do you feel like mentality can make a person look beautiful?
I do. I feel like women that have a true confidence about themselves and have a strong mentality and are strong minded and strong willed and determined, I think that their attractiveness moves up. I think that it does. There's something about, what's on the inside beginning to reflect on the outside. I do think that there's something to be said for that. And I think that goes for both men and
I
women.
think a lot of people miss out on that though, because the first thing that you see, of course, is physical appearance.
Mm.
But what if, she has like a great, like she's smart and she have a great personality. Like some people don't take the time to actually get to meet someone, because as soon as they look at you, they be like, you know.
The club lights come on and you're like, damn.
I
That-
think people miss out. For
We've
real,
all been
y'all.
there.
I really feel like people miss out.
But you gotta make that thing jump though. I can't not be attracted to you at all.
Right.
Like that's not gonna work.
Right. And almost in a sense you devalue the person because like if you have a certain standard, if you had women that were, according to him, adjustable 6s and 7s in here.
But how you gonna know if somebody matches your intellectual, level? Like if you
Well,
don't even get to talk to them, you just looking at the outside.
Right. Good
You
but
question.
that's I mean, when you hungry, you look at the menu, you don't know the recipe, you just ordering off the menu because they look good.
Hey, I love that one.
Yeah. So it's like yeah, and then when you eat it, you're like, I'll eat this again, or I'll never try this again.
You
It's the
don't
same
know.
thing.
Boy,
Don't
you cooking tonight, boy.
actually try it.
Okay.
Attempt to have the conversation. And if you are trying to have a conversation and you're getting 1 and 2 word answers, that's really not a conversation. And for me, that would be a deal breaker because you can't give me more than 1 or 2 word answers. Like, how am I gonna? This is not for
Right.
me.
I think for me, like when it comes to a man, his mental is sexy to me and his personality.
Yeah.
Like I don't too much care. I mean, of course, I want you to be like, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. But I feel like his mind and his personality that would attract me more to a man. Cause yeah, I'd be like, yeah, he look good. But sometimes I'd be like, his personality stink. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But would you
Like,
put up with a man whose personality was absolutely like a C if everything else was an A? Like finances, he looks good. He has comes from a great family, great education, but he's a little bit boring and he makes dumb jokes. He doesn't make you laugh.
See, I
Like,
know how much you can actually change a person's personality. That's kind of like
see,
innate
I don't know if that's gonna work because
within them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't want to build a bear. I don't want to, I don't want to have to, make you from scratch to the person I want you to be. I want someone that has come into their own, is independent, understands what they're about, what they want out of life, are able to make decisions, all those types of things. Not someone who I got to teach him, like, no, that joke's not funny, or no, that's not what you say when you're in a social setting at a work event or something like that.
but see, that's once you grow older with wisdom, like yeah, because like young people, they what I'm saying, they be doing a lot.
you could teach him.
You gotta teach each other.
Yeah.
I'll
So
agree. You got to
to
teach
get
each other.
Mm-hmm.
to get to that level. But I'm a fun person and I like to laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
So like if you put me in a setting with boring people, like we all laughing by the time night is over.
Yeah.
Right. We can find some jokes in here somewhere.
Okay. We gonna laugh.
And I'll say this to go back to this teaching thing, right? It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times we get so enamored with the other person that we feel like our shit don't stink, right? So when being corrected, it's almost like you're being scolded. I had this conversation a while back and I was saying that, as a man, it's not that we're trying to control you. It's not that we're trying to take away your level of independence or anything like that. If we see something in you that we know we can, because by nature we're fixers, right? We want to fix it. So if we feel like it's something that we can correct you on and help you improve on, we want to be able to do that. Because if you can't be corrected, you can't be protected.
I thought women were the fixers and the men were the protectors. No,
No, ma'am. You got some men that like to fix.
Hey, the baby, the garage, the garbage disposal ain't working.
Fix it.
Here I come.
Tire flat.
Come on.
Fix it.
Tire flat. My car won't start.
Fix
Yeah.
That's
Speaking
what
of
we
But
do.
baby, you can't go out like that, like
yeah.
Baby, wait, hold on. Where you going? Hey, we got to talk. Can
with
we
all
talk?
that on.
Yeah.
With all you
Yeah.
going to the stove?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And likewise, if we trying to leave the house in some gray sweat shorts with no drawers on, but where you finna go dressed like a little slut?
Right. It
You know?
stop you.
Yeah, nah, come on in. Let's retry that.
So for y'all, what's more important, brains or being handsome?
I'm gonna
Like
go-
if your man was a genius, right? But he ugly, like comically ugly. Like everyone be roasting him, but great personality, super funny, got a great job. Love your dirty draws, but he is ugly. You choosing him?
He might not be ugly to me.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd go find something.
Exactly.
Lies.
No.
Lies.
Not lies, because you know what, having somebody that's got all that going on, if you look good physically, then I mean that's just a bonus. And like I was saying before,
Yeah, that's a bonus.
the body can change. Like when I met my husband, he was 6'1". He was very thin. He was like 145 pounds at that point. Our 15-year-old is 5'9". He's 135 pounds of all muscle. My husband is now almost 200 pounds, but he's tall. So it's not like he looks like a roly-poly like type of guy, but he doesn't have the same body as he had first met when we first got together. But that doesn't make me love him any less. Like there's just more of him
to love.
But he's handsome though. He's not. I'm saying ugly. Like face, like your eyes almost touch your ears because they're so far apart, and you know what I'm saying.
I mean, and also also once you've been with somebody for so long, you know what I'm saying? It's like you get used to that person.
No, you know. Oh, I'm
That's
finna.
cap.
No, I'm finna. Wait. That's one of them ones where you know what? When I met you, you was ugly, but you grew on
You
me.
grew up, you're right.
Hey, don't act like it ain't true.
Oh,
You know, you hung around long enough,
right.
and you
Now
know,
you
yeah.
wore me down.
You got to speak the truth. Like
That's
me,
crazy.
for example, I don't want my beauty. I don't want people to look at me, my beauty or whatever. I want you to be able to look past that.
And they will in due time. But
But
again,
that's pretty privileged. It's like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, of course a pretty girl is like, man, I wish I wasn't so pretty so people can get to know me. It's
So then-
like, no.
so then-
And I don't want like just to be there. I want to be able to empower you. I want to add value to your life. If I'm
Right.
not doing those things, then you don't need to be with me.
But
I get
explain
that.
to me why I can go to Target with my
Mhm.
hair pulled up, not a drop of makeup on, just some chapstick, and I'm in a sweatsuit and either slides or sneakers, and dudes are still trying to holler. Like I don't have all the shit on my face. Like
Because
Because you got a natural beauty.
they see the potential. So
Yes.
they're like, even when
And
she
they
dressed
look-
down, I'm like, okay, yeah, she look good dressed down. So I know when she put that shit on.
And not just that, but your aura. You know what I'm saying?
Now she took it too far. I don't know about
I don't know about no auras.
Look, and your sweats and
when
everything,
you
they
go-
probably
when
see the
you-
shape too.
Sometimes your energy
Yeah.
energy can even make you look good.
yeah.
That's true. That's
So now
happened to me.
we Bruce Leroy now.
That's how they got the glow.
Last Dragon.
Got the glow. Yeah.
If you're a positive person, then I think that does kind of shine a bit of light to to your outside, because those Debbie Downer people that always complain. There's always something wrong. They don't know how they're going to do this. They don't know how they're going to do that. If you try to offer them advice or give them direction when they ask you for it, they just don't listen. They don't do anything that you're saying, and then they wonder why they're miserable. Like I can't. That's not something that I can tolerate or that I can deal with at all.
But don't you like at the same time? So we're getting back on like the looks, right? So like, don't you want whenever you go get dressed up or you walk into a room, don't you want a man in your arm that other women want? You don't want
But
that?
that's competition.
Yeah.
Oh, she said it. She
Yeah.
said it.
But that's competition. You trying to compete with other people.
Right.
No, I'm just saying though, but like you don't want that. You don't want to walk in and like, nobody wants the person that nobody wants. That's crazy. That's
Right.
not true. Like that you want them to, and all the wonderful things that you love about your man, don't nobody know because they don't know him.
No.
Some people choose a beautiful person versus somebody just, playing, whatever you want to call it.
When they don't have options.
Just to be in competition with others. But as the years go by, how is that going to benefit you?
It all depends on your
It all
lifestyle.
depends on your lifestyle.
Because
if you're
they
a corporate
might get somebody
businessman,
that look better than yours. And then what you gonna do?
No, you're right. There's always somebody out there that look better, and then what do they call it? Like it's kind of like cars. It's always a newer model coming out with different features.
Yeah.
I'm saying like so whenever
It's
you
always
got
a new iPhone.
Yeah.
Look, I'm at
Samsung.
15.
But like, okay, so let's say I work in the competitive corporate world, right? Like having a beautiful woman on my arm is an asset. That's a thing. Like you'll always see those guys. And later on, they might not marry that woman, but like when they, on their rise, their ascension, they'll have a astoundingly beautiful woman on their arm.
So, are you just trying to live for the moment, or are you trying to live for the long run?
I mean, you always got to settle your foundation first. So, like that person could be a part of your life.
Because if you just want to live for the moment, you could get somebody that's a 9.5, because you say you never seen a 10. So
ain't no such thing as a 10. It's not a thing. And you can anybody can believe that they're a 10, and I respect that, and I honor that you believe that you're a 10. You know what I'm saying? Because God don't make no mistakes. He make everybody perfect. That's fine.
So
I don't believe in it.
Let me double back on that real quick. Like, what is your criteria? What is your number criteria for somebody going from a 1 or a 0 to a 10? what do you have to have and what do you have to attain? Because to tell me that you've never seen a 10 before, out of all,
No, he means nobody is perfect. Like,
Yeah, I've never seen
everybody
a
gonna
woman
have,
that doesn't have a flaw.
everybody gonna
Yeah.
have something.
gotcha.
And
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay.
What about,
Talking about physical. You're talking about
you know what? One of your tits might be
bigger than
higher than the other one or
Yeah.
something like
It's a
that.
scientific fact. The titties are not symmetrical.
Yeah,
They're
but
not-
ain't nobody tripping on a lopsided titty. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
it. Hey,
yeah, they're not.
That's-
Y'all don't,
if your
y'all
dude tripping
don't
about a
care
lopsided titty, he worried about the wrong thing.
Y'all don't care about the little fupa that we get after we have a baby.
Oh, no.
oh, I got it. You know
Exactly.
me. Wait, I got mine.
Let's talk about that.
So
'cause I
about
got
this
mine.
fupa, let me tell you about this fupa. We don't
Okay.
care about the fupa. We will move the fupa to get to the chalupa. Okay,
Oh gosh.
true. It's you know what? It's hot outside right now, and folks is booed up with BBWs. They
Yeah.
is not caring.
Not caring. My co-parent, when she gained her baby weight, I was never more physically attracted to her. Did not care, and kept it too. So
Wow.
Wow.
yeah, a little weight never hurt nobody. It happens. You know, you get older, it happens.
Do you think that you have a type? Do you think you have a type of like physical quality that you
He
look for women?
absolutely does.
I
Yeah.
He does have a type.
I don't have a type.
What's your type?
I don't have a type. What
Lies.
tends to happen with me is
What tends to happen? I like that. Go ahead.
what tends to happen is I like who likes me, and a certain type of woman who has a certain aesthetic tends to favor me. So that it's a correlation, right? It's science. Like he's looking like this because he feels like I'm just out here.
You sound like you're about to give a botany presentation for you.
I have a type. Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I have a
God
type.
damn. And
I have a type.
she's a light skinned or Hispanic.
That's not
it.
true.
That is it.
No, I ain't dated a Hispanic woman in a long time.
I ain't say date. I just said. I was look. My type used to be. It used to be. See, I have to preface this because you know, folks will see the clip. That ain't who he married to. Look, I had a type,
Mm-hmm.
but my wife is the prototype. Okay, all right now.
There you go.
So
There you
look,
go.
I used to love light skinned women that were shapely, and you know, we from down south, so I mean that was like that's like the thing down here.
Dark skinned women don't like me.
You gonna say that? Yeah,
They
hey.
don't. I think out of all the
Hey,
dark
he's
skinned
right
women,
about that. You know what? Like when I was like in my high school years, I used to like dark skinned men, but they didn't. I never, like it would be like 2 or 3 here and there.
dark
Yeah.
skinned women don't like me. I be talking to them. They don't give me the time of the day. It's only like and maybe a few and far between.
Now don't get in my DMs. That was back in high school,
Yeah,
okay?
definitely. But
Don't
I'll
be
be
like, oh, I was trying to talk to you. No, you was not.
No, you.
and it was they were shy, but now they got the opportunity.
Exactly.
Now, you know.
We know you like dark skinned men like that. Hey, can we spin the block for that one?
Usually the dark skinned women in Houston tend to like light skinned dudes. So
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. You know,
And some black men like
here we go.
white women.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
And this is something that I grew up with, and
I'm gonna give you your shine. Hold on. I already know you going with this. I already know where you finna go with this.
so a member of my family, I won't say who it was, always used to tell me when I was a child, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. And
What?
you know, it is what it is, and I've lived by that. You know.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Wow.
So yeah, we don't do that over here. No, and I mean I've had sex with
Hold up, how you knew
races.
that was coming? Because you already
because I've said it a bunch of times.
We have certain things that we just as we've known each other. We've known each other since high school.
Yeah.
So it's so many things that like if somebody asks a question, we already I know what he gonna say.
Oh,
Yeah.
you already know what he gonna say.
Okay.
I just, I might, and nothing against women of other persuasions. It's just like on a romantic level, I don't, or a level of intimacy, I don't think another woman can know me like a black woman could because we have similar struggles. Completely different sometimes, but at the same time, very similar. So it's like the pain that she feels and the pain that I feel is it's more equivalent than something that somebody from another persuasion could experience in my experience in life.
But what's that stuff you be saying about every time you see a was it a mix?
Oh, so I have a joke, right? When I see a racially ambiguous woman, I want to clean the race. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like if she's black and mixed with something else, it's like, oh, that's funny. We can fix that and make these dark skinned babies. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do.
They say in like the next 80 years or so, everyone's going to start looking the same, or we're going to start looking racially ambiguous if we don't reproduce with, with our similar background, with our
We choose each other more often than we don't, and then it usually like they double back, right? They might choose somebody else unless they playing basketball. They're playing basketball in the NBA and NFL. They go,
it's open season.
They out of there. They out of there. But for the regular person, you're usually going to choose somebody that looks like you. So, and even not like the kid, like, so let's say I chose a white woman, right? My child would be, in my opinion, would be black, but the first man that ever is going to love my daughter is going to be a black man. So,
Right.
if I do a good job, then she's going to go look for a black man to love her.
Right.
So she'll come back home eventually. You know what I'm saying? So it'll get darker. It'll get darker again.
It'll get dark. It's
Yeah.
So replenish the hue.
Replenish it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my part to save our race.
We thank you for that. We really thank you for that.
Like I got a bunch of kids, only got one. I'm done. one and done. Yeah.
You don't want any more kids?
I would have to have a very special woman persuade me to give up a part. That's just a lot, right?
The answer is he's only going to do one more. He's only going to do one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an amazing co-parent, but I'm not the custodial parent, so it's like my child not being in my house is very I don't like it, right? So I don't ever feel like I'm gonna give another woman that power. I would have to love her, because there is an opportunity for her, like, to the potential that she can leave, even if it's a 1% chance, and I'd have to go through that again. So it's like
oh my God, I've heard a lot of people, a lot of men say that.
Yeah, I heard a lot of
Yeah.
men too. How long were you guys married, and how old was the child when you guys decided to?
the child was 2 years old. It was her. We broke up on her second birthday, the day before our 7th year anniversary.
Oh man.
Yeah. Which was last week. So yeah. Shout out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
1 year separated. Nah.
Oh my God.
Can you share us, like, you don't have to give us all the dirt, but can you share us some of the things that made you guys come to the decision that you didn't need to be married any longer?
I was in a place where I was making a substantially more amount of money at first, and then some things happened with that job, and I kind of lost that job, and I was going through a place where I was just trying to work and just pay bills, and she wanted to enhance her life in a way, and she felt like being a mother, and this is what she said out of her mouth, being a mother and being a wife is not enough for her. So she wants to try to go do something else, and she feels like she can do it better without me than with me. So I let her go.
Wow.
And then, like, I want to say, like, 2 weeks after she left, like, a bunch of good stuff started happening for me, and completely turned my life around, and
That's
so I get
good.
all these good opportunities. But we're cool. We've had a legit conversation about some of the hurtful things we said to each other that last day.
Mhm.
And we've gotten to a place of peace with it.
That's good. I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that, because that doesn't happen often when parents separate. My parents got divorced when I was a freshman in college. My mom called me on the phone one day and told me that the dog was sick, and they had taken it to the vet, and they said we need to put her down. I was like, please wait, because I'm coming home for Thanksgiving break. And then my mom ended the call with, oh, and by the way, I'm filing for divorce from your dad. I was like, what? My dog is dying and you're divorcing dad? What's going on here? And honestly, as I look back on it, and as I have these conversations with her as an adult, as a married woman, as a mom myself, I told her that I just knew something was off, when I was a kid. I knew she wasn't happy. Like I knew she was miserable. So children can see that. They can sense it, and it's hard for them to process it if no one's talking to them about it. And no one talked to my sister and I about what was going on. And you could walk into a room and like cut the tension, with a knife. And that's certainly for me the complete opposite of how I want to live my life and with my kids. Like if it's not working, it's just not going to work, baby. We're just going to have to co-parent, because I'm not going to spend 20 something years married to somebody just waiting for my kids to get out of high school and start college before I'm ready to start my life. And she's the happiest, funniest lady. She goes on her trips. She's a Delta, so she goes to kind of sorority.
I was gonna throw it up, but I ain't want to do that.
Tripping. We're both in fraternities.
Yeah.
So
we gonna co-parent. We gonna co-parent.
Yeah. I don't know, right? So for me, it's like there was times in the marriage where I was unhappy, but I would have never thought of divorce, right?
but what was making you unhappy?
I felt like my sacrifice was going in vain. I didn't feel appreciated. There'd be some days where it's like, and then she dealt with postpartum, so like I had to be mindful of that.
Okay.
So like, she didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? So like some days the baby was sitting in the swing all day and she ain't moved. She's been on the couch all day and I'd have been at work and I come home and ain't nothing done. And I'm just like, oh man. But I realized that that's not something that she can control. Those are chemicals in her body. It's chemical imbalance. So
right.
I was miserable for like.
And it's hormonal, like
Yeah.
really and truly. Like I've been through postpartum depression, and that is one of the things that you don't want to be there, because it's a really dark place to be at. And if you don't feel supportive by people, like it can really mess you up to the point where some people have unalived themselves.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to play with. Like any woman that goes through that, I feel for them, because I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there too. And it had me fearful of having another child. I was afraid that I was going to experience it again and go through it again, but I didn't. So
because it really makes you feel like you're worthless and you can't do anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That pregnancy, it was a high risk, and I had to get shots every week. A nurse had to come out and give me a shot every week. I had to see the doctor, at least twice a month, my regular OBGYN, and then like a high risk fetal medicine doctor that was making okay with the baby. So it was really, really a stressful time. And like I could not do a lot because they didn't want me on my feet too much. They didn't want me doing too much moving around. So I wasn't working. I was literally, the housewife, and had a, smaller child, a 2.5-year-old, running around and doing all that. And, it was a lot. And I remember talking to the doctor about it and him actually dismissing my symptoms and telling me, well, just had a C-section, so it's just hard on your body and you just need to adjust. And that was my first C-section. My other two were delivered naturally with no complications, but my last one was an emergency C-section. And I felt so defeated, because I was like, am I making this all up? So I started getting books from the library and like reading. And then I actually had a conversation with the nurse practitioner of that office. And she was like, I think you have postpartum. And she laid out the symptoms and how I was feeling. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. I get it. Now I understand.
Yeah. For me, it was that I had a natural birth with no epidural.
Yeah.
And it put me in a state of shock.
Yeah.
I never had to feel that pain with my other kids.
Yeah.
And it really like made me mad at the world.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be talked to. I didn't want people, like, even people would be like, oh, I'll pray for you. Honestly, I would tell them, like, don't. Because that's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
And that's crazy for me to say that, because, I pray a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I was in a really bad place. So,
yeah, and I was understanding of that, but it was like, it doesn't take away the fact that I wasn't happy.
Right. So you still gave her the kindness and grace of understanding what her situation was,
Yeah.
but that didn't pause your feelings of unhappiness just because she was going through something.
Yeah, and then I lost my botany job, which was amazing, and then I had to start working like I worked for at Amazon for a little bit. Then I started working as an AV technician for a little bit, and I wasn't making half what I was making, and
Yeah.
that's depressing. Like when you go from making a substantial more amount of money and you can pay for everything and do everything, as a man, that takes a huge blow to like your self esteem, how you feel about
Yeah, a blow to women as well, but I certainly can understand from the man's perspective why he
Oh
would.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
That
she wasn't very supportive in that, and like she would just do like little things and make little comments. But like for me, the grass is never green on the other side. The grass is green when you water it, right? Because it can always be bad. You can always leave and go to somebody else.
And some people like grow with each other. Like those are the times where you're gonna figure it out.
Mm,
yeah,
Either y'all gonna get closer or you're gonna get more far apart.
right.
And those are the things like when you really going through something, those are the moments that you that is tested. Because most of the time things be good.
Oh well, we've had. I mean, they wasn't always good. We've had some definite times where things were bad. But for every single time that we've chosen
I'm
each other.
not saying, well, yeah, for some of
That's the
us.
part.
right.
Yeah. So I mean, even when we first got together, it was me, her, and another girl. And that's how we all like. When she was first my girlfriend, it was me, her, and another girl. We used to work at a restaurant, and we all started dating at the same time. And
Wait,
Yes, he said that. He said it.
all of y'all together?
yeah, we were all living together in the same house and everything. And so then we broke up with one of the girls, and then we got married, and then we moved to Colorado. This was all in a 9-month time span.
So you were in a polygamy.
Wait, rewind that
You-
a
Yeah,
little bit.
I knew they was gonna get stuck there. I knew it.
You were in a polygamous situation.
No, it was
It's polyfidelity,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's polygamy because one man, two women. Yeah.
How many women?
Did the wait? I have my questions. Hold on, Dominique. 1 second. Did the women have
Yes.
intimate time with each other as well?
Yes. Yes.
Just with you?
No, with each other. They were both bisexual.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like I would be with one of them, and I'd be with the other one, and I'd be with both of them, and they'd be with each other, and huh?
Same bed?
So okay, so
How
sometimes
was that like? How was it like?
expensive.
No, I'm saying, did you enjoy that? Is that what you like?
I did it mostly for her. There are some benefits in that, yes, but not for me. It's not worth unless you're trying to have like a bunch of kids, you got a bunch of land, a bunch of like time. Then it's like no, it's not. It's not for me. I would never do it. We did it. We attempted it 3 times. We actually were successful at it twice during our marriage. But no, thank you.
Yeah,
I know a man that'll be like, that's the time of his life.
Why?
'Cause
So
he like
you
that.
gotta have sex with one girl the way she likes. You have to have sex with the other girl the way she likes. You have to have sex with both of them the way they both like at the same time. You can't give one more attention than the other one. When they get in arguments with each other, then you can't pick a side. You have to be extremely neutral. Then when you buy one for one thing, and you got to give a gift for the other one, then the gift has to be equal or it has to be more slightly because then they get jealous. They synchronize periods. It's like what about that is awesome? You never have time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to take this one on a date, you got to take that one on a date, you got to take them both on a date. When do I get to play video games? Like,
I was gonna say, dude, it takes a lot of time. I imagine.
Yeah.
it's a lot. And unless the women are like completely subservient to the man in that way and submissive, then it doesn't work like that. Because like if you got two very, very because they're extremely intelligent women. Like I'm into that. So like you got two very strong thinking, extremely intelligent women having very like competitive conversations. It's like ain't no peace in that. And it's like it was fun. I had fun at times, but would I do that on my everyday? Hell no.
So it was an experience. It was a life experience. You learned something from it. You knew what you wanted. You knew what you didn't want. you went there. It was good and all.
You know what? Forget all that. Men say, oh, they was with women, two women. What about the females that be with two men? Like, we need to hear about that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I know a lady who actually has two boyfriends.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And they live together?
Do they?
all live in the same house.
Really?
Yeah, but those men are both bisexual though.
Oh, no.
That's the only way that I would say that it could work, because it's
See now look at
Why?
now look at you. Look how you
Yeah.
acting. Like you're
Yeah.
just like, oh yay, and then like they're bisexual. You're like, oh no, like
and then that look probably came because of the new STD that's out, the
Oh.
little ringworm.
I mean, no problem with nobody's sexuality, but I'm just saying, like, two men, straight men in one house.
okay. So let's say here it goes, right? And here's why it wouldn't work. One of those men are gonna have to bend the knee, right, to the other man, and then you're not gonna respect that man. So it's like, because if it's, let's say I want to have sex and the other man wants to have sex, and it's just you, and you don't want to have sex with both of us, you just want to have sex with one of us. Whose turn is it?
So you'll think that's why it don't work?
Yeah, because it's like unless the one man in the equation knows his place in the whole thing, but like men are too competitive for that.
Okay,
or the guy's a cuck.
Women would just have to keep it in different households.
Yeah,
like he has to live over there.
Yeah, over there, and you live at your spot. I mean, there's so many shows about this stuff: seeking sister wife, seeking brother husband. Polygamy is like making a tremendous return in the shows.
It ain't never gone nowhere. They had polygamy back in the day. People, granddaddies had polygamy. He had 6 or 7 families.
I think we see it more now because it's on social media.
It's the internet, yeah.
We
come from a place where it's naturally polygamy. Like we don't. That's a Western thing. Like we don't. Back on the other side of the continent, like the people have multiple wives. You can have as many as you can take care of.
It's called
concubines. And a lot of people still don't approve of it or don't like it because most people, like, especially women, they'll grasp feelings and stuff like that. Like he said, start getting upset, start getting jealous. All that comes into play.
So I watched this show, right? And it's called Seeking Sister Wife. And it was this man and this woman and their 2 kids. And they decided that they wanted to adopt a polygamous lifestyle. He was a builder, so he constructed new homes. He built a home based on living a polygamous lifestyle. They met a woman online. They courted her. They dated her. They went to visit her and all that. She was from Brazil. So the wife divorced the husband so that the husband could marry the new woman on a K-1 visa. And he was like, you'll always be my first wife. You'll always be my first love. But then when they started talking, she was like, well, this will be my bedroom with Roberta. And this is the main room, which was the man's room. And then they started getting into, comments, and like the third party was getting upset because she said that the man, her future husband, kept wanting her to be more submissive to him, and she's like, I'm not doing that. So it wound up not working out, but now they're courting somebody else who's from a Muslim faith. They're Christians. They want to try to get her to convert, but she's like, I'm not thinking about changing my religion, but I do understand polygamy because of my religion. So it's really interesting. It is really interesting to see the dynamic that goes on with people and, the different rules that are put in place. Like with the show that I'm watching, the women aren't intimate with each other. They're only intimate with the man, but the women will actually share a living space and the man will have his own room. And when it's your turn, then you go to the room. And when it's her turn, then she goes to the room. And now the one that the couple that got divorced, they just had another baby. So
well, strong to them, because I could not do it. I'm stingy.
Yes, you could. If you had every single one of your needs met, every single one, you wouldn't. he rich.
He rich.
He got that thing. He's handsome. He's funny. He's smart. He gives you trips. You go everywhere you want. You never have to worry about anything ever. Everything you
I
ever need is
still
taken
couldn't
care of.
do it.
Yeah,
I
you could.
still
Yeah,
couldn't
you
do
could.
it.
Yeah, you got that vibe. You could. You
I
could.
can't share my man.
Yeah, you could. You just gotta have the right man.
Some women share married men all the time.
All the time. They just don't know.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, that's different. That's cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another podcast.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Well, I feel like you could. I feel like if you knew if the woman was respectful and she understood boundaries, I feel like you could. A lot of women can. They just don't know the woman that they were willing to do it for.
Yep.
Not saying to be sexual with, but to share a man with. Like, I'm not saying you'd be bisexual, but I feel like you're a reasonable enough woman that you could share a man if you had enough assets where y'all both could benefit in the way that you needed to.
Okay, let's ask this question. Would you, Brenna? Would you?
No.
Exactly. Why?
But she doesn't come off that way though.
She don't.
No.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even gonna lie to you. She don't.
No, she doesn't come off that way.
And I do.
Yeah, but that's not a bad thing. That is, you just come, and no disrespect, Brendan. Like, I'm not. But you just seem like you be more cooperative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was presented to you right.
Yeah. I feel like you'd be more. I feel like Brendan would have more like pushback, and it'd be like an angry thing.
Yeah.
It seems like to me you'd be a little upset, but I feel like I could sweeten the pot. I feel like I could sweeten the pot enough for you to be like, okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I love. Wait. But you heard the magic words, right?
Yeah.
I don't think.
But how do you thoughts can be changed? I'm playing. It's a joke. But yeah, I mean,
and then I like just if I like a woman, like I like my friends, stuff like that. Like I'm just I like myself.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying you be bisexual. I'm saying that if like a Jeff Bezos type man came into your life and he looked the way you look and he had sex with you the way you wanted to have sex with you and he had the conversation that you had to want to go have, you wouldn't give him up. You would allow him to be in your life if you had another woman. Like you wouldn't be like, oh, no, thank you. I have to be the only one. I think you would set boundaries and guidelines and you would be like, nah. But like you wouldn't trip as long as she, bent the knee and let you know you was first. I feel like you would be a Mike 100%.
He's gonna give me $1 million.
He's gonna give you more than that. It's Jeff Bezos. He gave you billions, but it's like,
he gave her part of the Amazon.
Right, like one thing I have.
So, I mean, shit.
Yeah, I just think that you'd be more willing to do that as long as you could be the A Mike. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
interesting because when they get to me, they be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can't play with you like that. No, you can't play with me like that."
But it's not playing if you know the rules.
Well, I'm talking about the little regular.
Yeah, stuff. It wouldn't be no. I'm not saying like Dan the farmer man got you. You know what I'm saying? Sister wives and y'all out here struggling. Like, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, if a man had enough access to different things that you were willing to do, I feel like you would cooperate with it. With all due respect.
I love that. With all due respect.
Yeah.
With all due respect.
Because I've and again, with all due respect, I've dated women like you who say that, and then this is like, oh, okay.
That's interesting.
They have a
but she said that too. She said no.
No, but it's how you said it and the way you looked about it when I talked about it. So that's the difference, right?
I'm gonna tell you right now what I picked up on, right?
Yeah. That's because I was interested.
Exactly.
You were entertaining the idea.
You're interested,
like, right? And then it was like, nah,
right? But it's like that initial like, oh, like the way her with your co-host, it was like, okay, I watched TV shows about that. With you, it was like, I wonder what's that like. But then it was like, nah, I don't wonder what that's like. But that initial, I wonder what that's like. That's how you get them.
Okay.
I
mean, it's entertaining to me, to watch these people navigate, their lifestyles, and then I wonder, how do they not get jealous, and how does it work? Like with Seeking Brother Husband, like they don't all sleep in the same room either. But on Seeking Sister
Mhm.
Wife, on one of the couples, they just added a third wife. They're courting a fourth wife right now, but they've got this huge custom made bed that can sleep.
I'm gonna tell you this. If I have to sit here and let two women and let other women share my man, he gonna have to sit here and let me get two men.
But
And we
are you
go.
doing that because he has it, or are you doing that because you want that? Because he has you in the situation because he wanted that, but that's not something that you wanted at first. So why are you playing tit for tat?
Mm.
No, he might not know that.
I mean, but is that something that's like, if that was something that you want, you are an attractive enough woman to go acquire that, right? You're not. Some men would tell you yes for that. So it's like, if that's something that you want, you would have that, but you only want that because he has that, and that's like, why would you want to be in competition with your partner?
It's okay as long as he said yes. We
That's fair.
good.
That's fair.
We
All right,
good.
man. Hey, you like it, I love you.
Yeah, like
I mean,
it.
but I'm not into that lifestyle anymore. So I'm just
I'm
well.
not either. That's why I'm saying,
I mean,
like,
but yeah, I
but
mean,
a lot of men get offended when you do that. They be like, "Oh, I was gonna ask about a threesome." Well, would you accept a threesome?
oh, but you
But
don't,
see, whoa, wait a
you don't
minute.
ask for a threesome. That's not weird, right? You just let it happen. So like you can feel when the night's going towards a three. Because I've had threesomes before my marriage. Like I've done it multiple times. So it's like you don't ask for a threesome. What you do is like you set it up so that everybody's comfortable around each other. And I know this girl likes me. I know this girl likes me. I know this girl think each
See,
other are
we'll be
attractive. And
throwing. Don't do that, cause we'll be throwing hands. Don't do
no,
that
I mean, but you just
now.
let it happen. Like
Just
I
ask.
have accidentally slipped into several threesomes and like not even have to open my mouth up like and say anything about it because of the
Ooh.
fact that it's like you got to be cool. Like, because like if the women are attracted to each other, they give each other eyes. If they're attracted to you, they give each other eyes. So you just have to make a situation comfortable where everybody feels like, okay, either they've done it before and they ain't new to it, or they want to try this experience and they're ready for you to facilitate it.
The interest and the
I can't
curiosity is
be in that
peaked.
position because I'll literally like get kind of crazy. So I would rather for you to just ask me
Mm-hmm.
than put me in a position like that. First of all, you're not even gonna ask me because if I'm taking you serious, now
Mm-hmm.
this ain't no just little boyfriend or
Yeah.
whatever. If I'm taking you serious, we're not gonna do that because I don't like threesomes.
Yeah.
But
You say that as if you've had one before.
I never did. I
Okay,
never.
all right. I'm just checking
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you said it like I don't like threesomes. I'm like,
Yeah,
wait a minute.
it was more like it was more like a declaration than like a statement. You know, it's like I don't like threesomes. You know,
Look, listen, I'm talking about, sharing and doing, nah, we
Okay.
not doing all that.
but
Right.
okay. So what I'm talking about is like, okay, let's say I go out to a bar, or I'll go out to a club or something, and there's two women there. I go by. I'm attracted to one of them, right? But I buy them both a drink because you never know who's going to be the gatekeeper. Um,
Or the
that-
wingman.
yeah, or the wingman, right? So you show general attention in both of
To
them.
both of them. Yep.
The one that you're keying on, you tend to glance the jokes that you think might land with her, but you never leave the other person out. Eventually, you're going to entice both of them because my two things about me, right, is I'm extremely charismatic. I'm extremely
No, you're
lucky.
gonna turn me off and I'm not gonna talk to
Well,
you.
that's you. I'm just saying, and from my experience, and it's like you don't make it seem
But that's
creepy.
me.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
make it seem creepy. Like you don't make it seem like you're there for sex. You make it seem like you're there just to enjoy their company. You become aloof, right? And when
Mhm.
you're aloof in that
So
manner,
what? Y'all are
and
gonna all just go back to the hotel room and like order.
yeah, like sometimes the night continues. We have a nightcap. You know, I go to your house, you go to my house, I go to and that happens. Like you chill, you relax. It
I
happens.
I thought the threesome thing was something that you did when you went on vacation and you were out of your country, not in your
No,
home.
Mm-mm.
wait. No, that does happen. I
Not
know.
not
I
me.
know.
Not me.
So look. So
Domestic
this
threesomes only.
no. So this is the reason why I say I can get with Brenna on this one because I got a homegirl. I can't say her name, none of her business or whatever, right? So when her and her husband travel and they go they go out the states. Got to remember, out the country. Nobody, not gonna run into anybody that's gonna see them and know them. Hey, So, and they see somebody like, yeah, I think about her. What's up? She be down for it, and she be like, look, and ultimately, what it all comes down to, right? Women do not want to be embarrassed or shamed about a decision that they have made. So it's okay to go to a foreign country and do it, because who else is going to know but you and this other person? Now, nobody's saying to get exchange information and then become Facebook friends or nothing like that.
But I'm saying,
I have this question.
If it's locally, hang on one second, Dominique. If it's local, let's say y'all met up at the bar, things went down, everything was great, you didn't check out the information, but let's say this was your fiance that you did this with on this one night out on the town on the bar, and as you're going through planning your wedding, one of the things that you have is your cake taster or whatever. What if you walk into the shop and the chick that you have the threesome with is the cake baker?
The repeat. What you mean? This is it's a free kill. We get it back. We get it back popping. This is destiny. Like, oh, okay. Especially if it was good. And it's like, oh, girl, look.
I would be devastated. I would be absolutely devastated if I came into that kind of situation.
Well, he said something very important earlier, because I've heard this from men before. He said, oh, men, like, and this is what a man told me. Oh, I just did it because that's something she wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so look, here's the thing, right?
Or is it because you was thinking it anyway?
Right, and you trying to talk
me in. Oh, I think they froze.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, because honey, I can't with the I cannot.
I need a veil. Next time I come on the podcast.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, we're
Hold
back.
on. So we lost you for a second.
We lost you for a second.
What happened?
So
you
what
said
happened?
something about the podcast.
Right.
So I was just saying that I would be mortified if the woman that we had a threesome with locally in our city turned out to be someone that we needed to work with towards our wedding. I would be really devastated, and it would bother me. It would
And that's why I said you're not the kind of person that looks like she would do it, because you're just too worried about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal.
Care, because I think the women who do it, I don't think they really care. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but you have some that do just to want to please their man, and some of them end up losing their man to another woman, which is sad, but
the only thing awesome for the man about a threesome is when it's all about him, right? But like when you have to throw dick for two different women and they both like they both like different things, and they both like it's a lot, and it's tiring.
Gotta remember who's who when you throw the dick.
I mean, you gonna know, because sometimes if one of the fits be better than the other one. So
did you love somebody more? Or did you
I love my wife more.
Had feelings for them?
I love when it was Jasmine and Simone, saying names. When it was my co-parent and the other girl, because we all came in together, I loved them all equally. I ended up loving my co-parent more, but the second time it was my wife. So it's like, of course I'm gonna love my wife more. Like I would try to love that person on a level that's somewhat equal, but why would I love another woman more than I love my wife if we got married first, and
And you don't consider that cheating? That's
no, because it's something that she wanted, like, because she's bisexual, so it's like
it wasn't cheating, and it wasn't but it wasn't cheating because they both agreed to it.
They were okay with that.
Yeah.
They were comfortable. See, I wouldn't be comfortable.
Yeah, but like it was not that big of a deal. It's just sex.
Yeah, no.
Not that big of a deal. And then a lot of the times women will want to have that experience and they want to be comfortable with it, so they will have it with their partner. But like, you know, sometimes, and this kind of, it's gonna sound crazy. Sometimes it's best not to have that experience with your partner and get
I'm
it out
not
the way.
gonna lie, I felt very uncomfortable when I had a partner, like he actually talked about his threesome and stuff, and
Yeah,
I was like looking
and,
weird because I was like, you know that I'm not with that. So
yeah,
they're like, are you
it makes
trying
you
to?
feel uncomfortable, right? It makes you feel like, okay, if you like that sexually, and I'm not willing to do that, is there something that I'm going to be lacking in our relationship or in our?
Right, because it
Yeah,
made me wonder now, like, are you gonna cheat on me?
Right.
right. And that's like saying I like candy, I'm not gonna eat dinner. Like that's don't think that way.
Well, I don't know though. I don't know.
Like I'm not gonna eat candy all day. I want some steak.
But he was like, oh, I just did it because she wanted to do it. I was
Because
like,
because women be wanting to do it. They be hey, I don't know why y'all we were getting on camera and acting like y'all ain't got want to get y'all rocks off and y'all got, you know, saying don't ain't nobody trying to kink shame y'all. Like women be the ones. It don't be the men. Like they'll
that's
put it on the man. Oh,
interesting.
he wanted this, he wanted that.
Oh
Man,
no,
they be
but you have a choice to say no.
Yeah.
yeah, but you want to sexually satisfy your woman. If your woman want to give you a threesome, you say yes, because otherwise she don't give another dude
Okay,
a
so
threesome.
let's
Well,
put it
not only
like
that
this.
though, if
If
you
you're a
close it
woman,
down now, you may not open the opportunity again.
I might not even want to open it up, but I don't want you.
That's my
I
point.
don't want you to need. I don't
so
want you to want something from me sexually that I can't give you, and then you go seek it somewhere else. And
okay,
that's the
That
same
so
thing you
too.
said.
there are some creepy fetishes that people have.
Yeah.
I don't kink
Would you
shame as
say
long as you
yes
leave
to
out
that
kids.
just because your woman like wants that?
If
It
my
all
woman wants, if my
depends.
woman
It
wants to be
all
tied up and
depends.
electrocuted and burned and all that, I'll do all that.
If
As
she
long as we don't involve no kids, we good or no
if
other men.
What about like
not
toys
pregnant,
like
Yeah, I'll bring a tool bag out. I got a whole
it's some toys that men won't do, like the butt plug and stuff.
and the
well,
anal,
like for my butt.
yeah, for your butt.
Yeah.
Why would that be in my butt? What is that
I'm just
about?
saying some women do like they like those kind
Some
of
Well,
things.
no,
some
that's for other men, but like ain't nothing
some
going in my butt.
men that like to be dominated by the woman. They like for the woman to take control, like the BDSM. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that lifestyle. Like I'm a dom, you know, but like
they use dual vibrators and they do all that freaky shit because that's, because that's what they want to do, but in the comfort of their own home. So I mean, I'm not judging anybody that does what they need to do in order to be satisfied. What I'm saying is it's not for me because I don't want to I don't want to share, and I don't want to be having thoughts of, does she do it better than me? Does he like it with her better than me? Like, I don't want to bring that onto myself. So I would never entertain the situation. Even
what you focus on is being better at her than one thing. Like you don't try to be better at her than everything. You just kick her ass in one thing so much that he needs you. Like, okay, like, yeah, she might do this and I like that, but woo, when she do this, it's like that's how you keep the balance, right? Because then I'll come to you for that and I'll come to her for that. But like you're trying to beat her out of everything. You're competing the wrong way, right? You're supposed to be able to try to please yourself and please me. If you're not interacting with her, so why are you worried about her?
so
That's silly.
I took it off the table, if it was a matter of we were in a situation, let's say we were out and about and whatever, and looks are being exchanged, and let's say we're at the strip club, looks are being exchanged, and all
Perfect place.
the girl is coming over, and paying a lot of attention to me, not as much attention to you, but a lot of attention to me. She's giving me the dance. He's just watching in amazement, like, oh my God. And then we wind up, in a situation that's presenting itself like,
In the
hey,
VIP, go ahead.
you want to do that? And
A dance is as far as it's gonna go.
yeah, like I just I can't see myself being sexual with somebody else when I have a partner. I don't like to share.
So you're not into voyeurism then, right? You don't watch porn?
I watch porn.
Whoa.
So you
whoa.
watch you get off by watching other people have sex, but you wouldn't get off by watching two people right in front of you that you're attracted to have sex? Would you
No.
watch strangers have sex?
Yeah, I'll watch it, but I don't it doesn't get me off. Like I need actual activities happening to
But then activities can happen. Everybody's enjoying. You see what I'm saying? That way you get all aspects. I'm not trying to hype you up to have a threesome. This is wild. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not what we're talking about. But I'm just saying like there's certain. I think everybody should try it once.
This is for entertainment only.
Purposes only. Yeah, I feel like everybody should try it once. Make sure it's with somebody that you personally respect and that you can exercise real boundaries with, and you know, push the limits, have a little bit of fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if that person's comfortable with it, right? I'm not comfortable with having sex with a woman and another man in the room. I'm just not. So that wouldn't happen. But if my significant other, you know, likes women and I like women, then it can happen. Otherwise, we just don't need to do it at all. Because I dated a girl who
me too, like at all.
Yeah.
That's the part for me.
I dated a girl who liked having sex with two men at the same time, but I wouldn't do that.
And those type of women come too far and few in between.
Yeah.
It ain't like it's women out there just like you come here.
Yeah. But she was an industry girl. She was a sex worker. So
there it was.
Yeah. And so, but like when she had took a break from the industry and she was dating me for a while, and we weren't seriously dating. We were like going on casual dates, go out to eat, have fun, you know, activities. But it was my girlfriend or anything like that. And I definitely wasn't her boyfriend. But she wanted to, you know, do that because that's how she enjoyed her intercourse, and I wasn't with that. So we ended up making a mold of my member, and I used mine in the mold at the same time. So it worked out for her.
That was a compromise.
It was a compromise, right?
Yeah.
compromise.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, we've been all on Dominique, right?
Yeah.
We ain't went in on Bree. So I've been sitting back and I'm like, what I can see for Bree would be dominatrix. She comes off as like the dom. Like she would bring the whip out.
Yeah.
You know, see there it is right there.
I thought I told you.
Yeah, she looked like a flogger. Like, yeah, I get those vibes. Yeah.
I mean, I try to keep it fun, you know, with the toys, and lingerie, and like that. You know what I'm saying?
Lingerie is for y'all, by the way.
Yeah,
that's lingerie is 100% for y'all.
To look cute.
Yeah, that's it. Cause I take it in the moo. Like shit.
Grandma and grandpa had the moo back then. It ain't stopped nothing.
I would say if you are more attracted to physical, then you know, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't think that the physical for me could drive the boat. I would definitely need the brains and the personality, the sense of humor, the understanding of me as a person and how I, you know, and how I am, and not getting the wrong read.
Now, if there's a one night stand.
Honey, I've got a business trip. I've got a
maybe
to Connecticut for the weekend.
You just stay quiet. Don't say nothing.
Well, look, we didn't say looks good was the end all to be all, but I love how the analogy that she used about getting the boat rowing. It may not do all of that, but it at least crank that motherfucker up though.
Yeah.
Hey, the brains is what get everything going on down the road and everything, but them looks will get the door opened up.
So what's the lowest that you would date? Like on a scale from 1 to 10, what's the lowest you would date? Like seriously date as your man?
I would do it. What if you had to rate the ugliest man you've dated? What would that be? 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I don't think I've dated anybody that was considered ugly by me or by anyone else.
So you never had no 3 that was tall. He was 6'5", but he looked like AC Green.
Maybe I want to say my last year of high school, right before college, like there might have been a dude that was like that, but I'm trying to picture him and all I can see is like tall and super skinny.
Yeah,
I dated like a 1 inch.
What? What'd you say?
She said a 1 inch. She looked like she'd dated an ugly nigga too, though. Because you know she so she'll give a nigga a chance because she
Yeah.
probably gets hit on by a lot of different guys. So it's
Right.
like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give this ugly nigga a chance because I'm tired of these fine niggas. They ain't shit. So I'm gonna give this ugly nigga a chance. He was shit either, huh?
She said somebody had the 1 inch meat. She
Oh,
was saying
yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a different kind of physical, right? You know what I'm saying? That's wild. 1 inch is wild. Like you peeing on your balls at that point. Like you need to go ahead and you need to just.
And that's Dominique, that's fully erect, right? That's not in the soft state.
That
That's
wasn't flaccid, huh? That was erect.
it.
We couldn't do anything.
What?
Was he black?
That's a good question because you
I'm
know
not
she
gonna
gave that up.
answer that question.
No, he
because
wasn't. He wasn't black.
Then y'all
No.
gonna be going back to the people.
He wasn't
and
black.
people
No,
on
see,
here,
mhm.
you know.
I know. I already
people-
know who. I see. Look,
Because she was talking about us dating outside
our
our
race,
race, but,
right?
you know.
Yeah, that's what you get. Went out there and got that little meat. Come back. Come on home. That's wild.
I did once.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. It was
But he
like,
wasn't 1 inch.
huh?
He wasn't a 1 inch.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that didn't work. Like I went off his personality, you know, his
Yeah.
but like that didn't work.
Mm.
That would
My
be
point-
the
my
only
point
time
exactly.
it really ain't gonna work.
Nah.
My point exactly.
But that ain't all. But see, that you have to have a combination of things because that is also an issue. You can't like be like when you're endowed in that way, right? Then that also leads to other problems. So,
Women are the only ones who can successfully pull this off. And what I mean by this is that she could be smart, she could be beautiful, nice set of breasts, and no ass, and she's still gonna have them all lined up.
yeah.
Let her be smart, beautiful, flat chested with ass. It's still gonna work for her.
Yeah.
But if she's flat chested, NASA tall, smart, and pretty, she'll get passed over all the time. I mean, it'll be like one of those things where she kind of got to hang around to where it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a shot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a shot. You know what? Because you cool. You know, it was one of them things where, you know, we had a little too much to drink, but we was having fun.
But that's just to go to show that I didn't really care about the appearance part.
Yeah.
But
you
see,
care
I'm
about
a
that
very
appearance of that
like
meat. You
when
care
it
about
comes,
that.
I'm a very like I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, okay. I'm a Cancer.
So
I'm a Capricorn.
I'm a Leo.
Oh, them lying ass Leos.
Boo.
I knew some of the stuff you said wasn't true. I was trying to let you make it.
What day? What day, Leo?
August 7th.
Oh, so
Oh, so
you're a real Leo.
She that August.
Yeah, she
never
August
mind.
Leo. All right.
Them July Leos, you know,
July ass Leo.
July ass Leos. Yeah, you know.
My
shout
husband.
out to the upcoming Cancers.
Yeah.
Woo! Cancer season. If
I
you
know
do the
too
whole
many
chart thing, I'm a
Cancers.
Cancer, Scorpio, so I'm all water.
Wow.
I might have to do that chart thing because I think that was what a Capricorn and then part Sagittarius. So I don't know. It was weird. Yeah.
So,
I got a tattoo. It's too late to go back.
About this fiery woman down here. So it's like you're a Sagittarius, right? So how do you feel about dating with other signs? Because like usually the reviews on dating Sagittarius is they're volatile. You know what I'm saying? They could be fiery. You feel like you get that to people or no?
The Geminis have the twin personality. It's what's very interesting is
That's
that
true.
my stepdaughter is a Leo.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is a Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Our youngest baby is a Leo. He's an
Oh,
he was born August 2nd. So he
oh
was
my God.
my birthday.
Everybody is a
So
Leo.
Span of like a week and a half, we have all these Leo birthdays. But then my oldest is a Capricorn, and then my next one is an Aquarius. So it's like we've got all this fire in the house, and then we have water and we have calm. And I've noticed that my older two, they're much more laid back, they're observant, but they peep game. Like they know what's going on. They seem like, like they're not paying attention or they're not listening, but they know everything that's happening and everything that's going on.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
The my younger one, when I see him, like he might be having a fit over something that's going wrong in the game because he can't get to the next level. I was like, oh, that's that Leo coming out in you.
Yeah.
That's that Leo coming out in you. And I know a lot of people say that like Leos are stubborn, but I'll say this. I've always compared myself to like when you go to the zoo and you want to go see like the lion exhibit, the lions may be out, they may not be out. They may walk around and then just go off into their cave and chill because they don't want to be looked at and they don't want to be bothered for the day. I can so relate to that because there's so many times where I'm fine being out and about and doing what I got to do, and there's other times when I just want to keep it chill and I just want to stay home and like not be parading around about and doing all that kind of stuff. So, but I'm not stubborn, but I'm very committed to things that I've set boundaries on. So
Stubborn.
but if it's a line that I refuse to cross, I'm not crossing it.
And I think with me, it's like I've just be like, there's not one particular sign. Now there are some signs that like I attract more, but
Just go ahead.
it's
Scorpios.
like cancers, cancers, Sagittarius, yeah. But
Nobody
I
getting
mean,
Libras around this joint.
Oh
Or
no,
Virgos.
no Virgos, no Libras, no thank
Yeah.
it be like it's versatile. Like
you.
a lot of people just, you know,
So you say you
grasp
find yourself
on to me.
you find yourself attracting cancers. What's that about?
I don't know. But yeah, like I know
Everybody has-
quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any one particular trait or something about a Cancer that just attracts you to them, or is it just a coincidence that you find yourself attracted to?
She gonna say coincidence.
No, I'm attracted to them.
Yeah. What do you like? What do you like about cancers?
I had some
That thing she
experience.
can't. Yeah, oh
I
man.
had some experiences, but
Yeah.
like I'm attracted to them, and it's like, but it's not just cancers, but that's the most that I see in
You want your thing?
Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like, people just like my energy, I guess. I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, I attracted Geminis, Scorpios, Sagittarius, Virgo, and I think that's it for the most part. But I dated two Geminis, and I mean the experience was almost back to back, exactly the same, and it was two different people. So
Mm-hmm.
Gemini is definitely not well aligned with me because there's just too much differences. Like it's one day you're this way, another day you're this way. Like I got to figure out what mood you're in. Like, are you like
Yeah.
what's going on?
And honestly, Sagittarius don't like to settle down. So if they do, they really love you and care about you. Because
Yeah.
we like to be free.
You don't
Yeah.
like to settle down?
We don't like to be tied up with nobody.
Why is that?
We just don't.
Okay.
It's kind of like the fiery thing
The fiery
that we
thing.
have going on. So if we like really love you or really like you, like we will, but don't waste our time.
I
'Cause
get
once-
that.
I think Leos are like that too. Like definitely don't waste our time. But if you're in our heart, and we love you, we love you. We got you. No problem.
We like to be free. We like to have fun. We,
Mhm.
we like to goof around. We just like have that energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about y'all? Any particular signs that you're attracted to? We know you have somewhat of a type, quote unquote.
I will never date a Virgo again, ever.
Oh, why? What
Yeah.
happened?
I won't date anyone born on September 22nd. Period. Like that'll never happen. Like if your birthday is September 22nd, I'm good on you. Like, because then you're
What's
a
wrong
Libra.
with Virgos?
Well, nothing's wrong with Virgos. I absolutely love my mother. She's a Virgo, amazing woman.
Mhm.
My co-parents are Virgo, and I'm okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm okay. She's
Oh.
actually a Libra, right? So she's a Virgo Libra. She was born on the cusp. So like that,
Do you think like Virgos are somewhat like kind of like have a more masculine trait? Like
uh
bossy kind of?
yeah, and they be lying. Lying ass Virgos, and they selfish, but it's okay because I love my Virgos in my life, but it is what it is. They liars and they selfish.
We got to do a podcast about the horoscope.
Oh, I've dated them all. I got horror stories about all of them. Like my dating life is crazy. That's why I'm done. I'm chilling. Like I'm actually thinking about giving a woman a chance right now. But I have completely sworn off dating.
I was
Like
gonna ask you that if you're considering like getting back out there in the dating pool, and did you want to, get married again at some point, or
I'm working on him.
I
I'm
tried,
working on
right?
him.
I tried, and then it was such a traumatic experience. It's like, I don't think I want to do this.
what was the trauma?
A lot of love bombing, a lot of gaslighting.
Oh,
Yeah, I've had women like I'll be entertaining them for about a week and a half, and they'll tell me that they love me. They want to start a family with me. I had a woman want to get a tattoo of my nickname, like on the right above her labia. Yeah. So it's just like, and this
That's
is after
so
like
soon.
after a week. So it's like
Oh
these are
my
different
gosh.
different
You doing
women.
that?
Yeah. So it's like yeah, I'm okay. No, thank you.
After a
No, thank
week?
hmm
yeah, that's too much.
You
That,
know what? Let me stop talking.
that's given desperation to me.
I mean, it was I'm fun, right? And I'm very charismatic, and I give people the ability to be themselves. And a lot of the time, people have to wear a mask when they meet other people, but I am very good at making people feel comfortable.
I
And
get that from you. Like
yeah,
I'm picking up on that from you, and even from last time. Like that is kind of your
And
person.
he can pick it up.
Yeah.
Trust me. He can.
yeah.
He can pick it up.
hmm
He can. Yeah. Cancer is pretty much.
And
Yeah.
then I got in a little bit of trouble. I had like a picture that kind of circulated. I was fully clothed, but yeah, that kind of ramped it up a little bit. And then I had a couple of very tumultuous dating situations, and so I was good.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The picture was pretty funny.
And I called you about that picture, and
You
I was
did call me
like,
about that picture.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
If you want, it's my profile picture. You just got to scroll a couple of times, and you'll see.
You got something to tell me?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see it, it's
Yeah,
there. I'm not hiding it.
I want to see it.
Okay, it's there. This Facebook picture. Scroll a couple of times, and I'm smiling in the mirror, and it'll be there. I didn't notice it, but everybody tends to start telling me about it, and then I got a bunch of DMs, and then I started going on a couple of dates, and it was all terrible. So you gotta make sure you get the right attention from the right places.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before we go, guys, I wanted to ask this question as well. I know we talked about beauty and brains and all of that, but do you feel like social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of that and Twitter has like opened up the door for more women to reach out to you, or for you to reach out to more women, and for there to be more dating opportunities? Because people get pretty bold. I mean, I literally had somebody like comment under a post that I made, check your DMs, please. I've sent you messages and you're not responding.
No response is the response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I don't respond. Like I'm not on here for dating. I'm on here for what I do. Do you guys find that at all?
I mean, he's married, so it's like, yeah, I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah, my DMs is dry.
Yeah.
I'm married.
No, but they gonna shoot the shot at the woman. We were just talking about this earlier. I was like, I said for me, one of the things that I talked to my wife about is about, the ring. I was like, oh shit, I left my ring off today. I said, but I'll be fine. I said, shit, because once you get to a certain place and you have these conversations, right? I was like, well, a ring is a symbol of what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't dictate how your demeanor. It doesn't dictate how you go out and portray yourself. I've been very adamant and open about where I stand and where my bread is buttered. So I don't have that issue. And I don't have those issues where women are in my inbox talking about they want to, do a little something.
Right.
So I mean, hey, but other people have had other experiences. So
once a certain sector of women found out that I was no longer with my co-parent, they've been waiting to shoot their shot this whole 7 years, because I'm very I post a lot of stuff about my experiences with my wife, and they'll see her smiling and the life that she lived and the achievements and stuff that I've had. So they want to live vicariously through her. So a lot of those women did approach me whenever the opportunity presented itself with, oh, I love you, and I'll be there for you, and I understand you're going through something. Oh yeah, I've had so we've been separated for about a year, and I've had 5 different women in a year tell me they love me.
Have you ever gone on a date with any of them?
Yeah, I've gone on a date with all of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Love you already?
That's what they say. I usually try. I've only entertained it from one person, just to find out that it was just a lot and I shouldn't have. But yeah, it's like I said, I give the women a space where they can feel comfortable with their emotions, and sometimes they don't necessarily. Guys are terrible. Like, you're talking about the internet, right? Men are absolutely awful at courting or being charismatic with women in public. They don't know how to conduct themselves. They don't know how to talk to a woman. They feel like their accolades and the things they got going is going to be enough, but that'll get you maybe a seat at the table, but that's not going to get you in the house.
Right.
So for me, it's like I will spark interest and conversation in a manner that makes the woman feel like she has to keep exploring that. And through the exploration of me, she finds herself. And so when she finds a part of herself in me, because I've allowed her to let that grow and flourish, she has an affinity towards me and an appreciation for me that most women, would have over a long-term relationship with a important person. But I do it in a very short, small kind of time frame, because I'm I don't know the word for it.
But isn't it more attractive to you to be dealing with a woman who's finally come into her own and recognizes and understands who she is and what are her principles and what she stands for, versus someone that's just willy-nilly and all over the place and I don't know, I want to do this and I want to do that and maybe I'm trying to be
I don't care about that first part, right? Because if you have your values and your principles and your morals before you come with me, how are we going to build anything? You already have your convictions, and so unless we're equal 100% aligned, then how am I even going to meet you halfway or meet you anywhere? Because I can't even. If you already have in your head, this is the way you're going to live your life, this is the way you're going to behave, this is the way you're going to act. Where's room for me?
Good point.
And also, I'll say morals and principles are subjective, right? They change from person to person, culture to culture. So maybe your moral fiber may be different from my moral fiber.
True.
Just like you said, you grew up different from your husband, right? So y'all had completely different upbringings. You were a competitive person. You played sports. He was more on the nerdy kind of tip. And it's y'all's morals and y'all's drive are going to be completely different. If you play sports, when you go to work and when you do something in your life, you're very competitive. You're going to put this is who you are as a person. You're a winner. I
got to jump in there. Yeah. I got to defend her husband. I don't even know him. I got to defend him. So you said he was nerdy. She didn't say if he was nerdy or not. She just said that they was different. So
what's the opposite of an athlete? It's a nerd, right?
He just grew up differently. He did.
I'm a nerd. What's wrong with being a nerd?
Wait, hold on. He grew up differently.
So I grew up in a household with my mom and my dad, even though it was a miserable upbringing because they were unhappily married for so many years. I still had my mom and my dad in my house. He unfortunately didn't have his dad in his life from a very young age and hadn't been in any real type of communication with his dad until recently. His mom went through some things and he kind of got shifted around between grandparent to grandparent and had to move around a lot. So was never really able to establish roots. And so a friend of his told him that he was going to join the Navy after school. And he didn't want to be just another kid in South Florida, you know, selling drugs on the corner. So he decided to join the Navy. And that taught him the skills that he has today, that puts him in the position that he is today. And he has an amazing job and makes great money. And, you know, has taught him a confidence that he didn't have, you know, before. And then he always puts how well the kids are doing, and, you know, how their looks are, and the encouragement and all that kind of stuff, and the education values and things like that, you know, on me. And I was like, I feel like a little bit you kind of living through the boys, because you didn't get to play these sports and you didn't get to do this stuff like when you were younger. So yeah, we have completely different backgrounds, but at the end of the day, the goals and what we wanted out of life was very similar.
So that's the same thing you were talking about. So it's like, I don't like, y'all didn't meet up in that first part. Y'all kind of came together with it and grew from there. Like, I don't want, when a man wants a woman, like, they want a helpmate. Like, if you got everything, you got everything going. Like, what you need, like, what? No, it doesn't add up. Like, I don't want somebody who got all this stuff together. Like, the most beautiful thing is chaotic. Like, beauty comes from chaos. Like, order is fine. That's fine. That's awesome. But the most awesome, like, not toxic, but like chaotic love is the most beautiful love.
And what I also say is that you
it's navigating the difficult times, and how you handle it and how you get through it and get past it is really what is more defining of your relationship. Because anybody can go out and have a good time,
right,
trip, and, you know, take great pics on the yacht and
right.
all that. That's fine. But what happens when there's truly chaos going on? What if one of you is in the midst of, you know, your job is about to end, or you're trying to move on to something else, or any number of things? So it really is putting in the work, and you're only going to do that if you truly feel like the person that you invested in is worth it.
Yeah, completely understand. Yeah.
Dominique, you have any final parting words?
For the topic today,
Yeah.
sure. You know, if you like physical more, is more, you know, for you than brains, then go for it. You like it, I love it.
The one thing that we
Um,
found
but
today.
I do want to say that for me, you know, the physical is just appearance. And it's not gonna help me in the long run, because I want to be able to, if it's like, if you want to be with this person, this is why I'm saying this. But if you're just like, you know, just dating and not taking it serious, then it's a different story. But in a relationship, to me, brains is important. You
Right.
know, your personality. I want to get to know you. I just don't, you know, you cute, you fine,
Right.
but we got to talk too. You know, we got to have conversation. We got to come up with a plan. We got to make some money,
Yeah.
you know.
So many people out there are cute, but they dry as I don't know what.
Right.
Just dry. Like,
Yeah.
why am I here? Like, oh, you know what? My dog sitter's calling me. I need to get on home.
Wow.
Because people don't have to be funny, because the internet does it for you. Like, when people want to flirt, and like, they'll send you a meme, but they didn't make up that joke, and you'll laugh and you'll be so entertained. But it's like, they can't make you laugh themselves.
Yes.
True.
And I need to laugh. I need to have laughter in my life. I have to have that. So
I like to laugh, because, like, if we're serious all the time, we just gonna get older and grumpier.
and laughing actually
So
really,
I feel like if we laugh, you know, we have a good sense of humor, we have a good time. It
yeah,
don't have to be all the time. Now, we don't have to be funny all the time.
right. When you
Yeah.
do, it does release a chemical in your body that is very relaxing and calming. You know, there's studies on this. Like,
Yeah, the endorphins. Yeah.
yeah, yep. And it's called oxytocin, not
Mhm.
Not Oxycontin.
Oh, that's the love hormone, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's how
Who
that is
said
why
Oxycontin one time?
that's the two biggest times that a woman gets that is when she has a baby. The body dumps oxytocin in her body so that it makes it feel like it's actually worth doing it again because it's such a traumatic experience, so that you will have more children.
Really,
And the touch of the person that loves you the most, right? So like it's important why physical touch for a man should be with a woman, because if he touches you every day, it's going to generate oxytocin. It's going to make you attached to that person. So like that physical aspect. So that's why when people like spend time away from each other, they get mad at each other, and one person sleeps on the couch, the other one sleeps in the bed. That's the absolute worst thing for a marriage, because
Yeah.
you don't have that
Oh my
physical
God.
connection, and that oxytocin is not flowing through your head and
Yeah.
make you attached to that person. So it's easier to break up with that person. That happened with me and my co-parent. Like I slept on the couch for like weeks, because like a month even, because I had to get up early in the morning and I didn't want
Yep.
to wake her and the baby up. And me not sleeping in the bed with her, that made it easier for her to be like, oh, you know, is
Yeah,
it really worth
because
it?
you disconnect. It's
You-
a
Yeah.
disconnect.
yeah.
So
But
we
men
did
don't
that
get
too.
that. We get
We did that too.
yeah,
He slept on the couch. I slept on the couch. I was just
yeah,
doing it because
yeah.
sometimes I didn't want to be rude and wake him up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like I be on my phone a lot. So
yeah.
it was like, or sometimes I did it because he did it to me.
Right.
I'm just being real. But you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it kind of like disconnects you from that person, and then
Mhm.
it's a lot easier when that time comes when you saying, well, why I'm here, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it makes it a lot easier. I can truly say that.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
disconnection is basically devastation. And once you reach a point of like no return, unless you get some professional help involved, like a therapist or a marriage counselor, relationship counselor, whatever, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah.
Once it's reached its point, once you've gone months and months and months of sleeping separately
Yeah.
and someone on the couch, someone in the bed, and not communicating really, not having that physical touch, you're really losing that disconnection, and that's
Mhm.
going to be the end of the demise of your relationship, unfortunately.
100%. I agree. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, do you
It
guys have
was an absolute pleasure. I love this. Great
yeah,
conversation. Yeah.
thoughts? Any final thoughts that you want to share before we sign off?
Um, Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Don't think because you want someone that's beautiful, they have to be beautiful to others. They only have to be beautiful to you. Make sure that you get someone who you are not only spiritually yoked with, but have some kind of mental fortitude where y'all can sharpen each other, because iron sharpens iron.
Right.
Don't get caught up in the beauty too much. And if you do like beautiful things, eyes and teeth are what to look for, because eyes and teeth never fade.
Yeah, but teeth fall out though.
But you can get it replaced. You can get them replaced. But like if
That's
you got a beautiful smile, you can have a beautiful toothless smile.
I
beautiful toothless smile. Aren't you gonna go to Mexico and get some veneers?
I'm getting something
wow.
done right now. I got you can't on this side of my mouth. I'm getting two put in. Well, I'm doing it in America. I'm not going nowhere else. I'm getting two put in right here, and I just got two put in over here. So
Okay.
Dropping that T.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Good. Got to make you do what feels good. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You guys want to shout out again, like where they can reach you and connect with you on your platforms and when you guys are doing your podcasts.
Four Kings Podcast ENT on all platforms: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also, we are no longer for this time doing live episodes. We will be shooting during the week and releasing the episode later on. See if we can build up. We're really working on building our subscribers up. So if you catch this today, give us a subscribe, give us a little shout out in the comments. We'll probably put out dates where you can start like seeing us and calling in live. And we're about to start doing a dating show too. That's going to be really fun. So
That's
yeah,
going to be really fun. And I love your perfect commercial voice.
thank
I used
you.
to
I
work in
appreciate it.
radio when you've got to read that script and record that. You record that commercial for the client, and you did just that.
I appreciate it.
Well, I thank you guys for agreeing to join us tonight. I know it's a debatable topic, and of course, everybody has their ideas and their opinions, but that's what we're here for, to get different perspectives, to learn something new. I learned a lot today, actually, especially about the whole threesome thing, because that's not ever something that's really come up in my lifetime. I've not ever really been approached about it except by one person that was years and years and years and years and years ago before I have my life that I have now. So
Mm.
I think you guys are smart, you're funny, you're very intelligent, you offer great perspectives. This has been a blast. I hope we can keep it going and have you guys on again.
Of course.
Have
Yeah.
us on, it could be a little something that we do.
Yes, thank you so much for joining in.
Not a
Yeah.
problem.
And y'all are in Florida, right?
No.
Now we're in
Atlanta,
Yeah.
She's where?
Atlanta.
ATL.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then where you at?
Me?
Mhm.
I'm in Atlanta as well.
Oh, so y'all both in Atlanta. Okay, well, shit, I'm gonna pull up. Like,
Yeah, we both in Atlanta.
yeah, get some chicken and waffles. Let's go down.
Yeah, we were thinking,
Okay.
trying to get a space and doing a live podcast somewhere. I mean, that's a little bit down the line, but that's definitely something that we were considering. So,
Okay, well, if you want some male guests, I'm down. I catch a flight. I got good credit. We good. We can hop on a plane real quick.
And if I know y'all, neither one of y'all never been to Texas, but if y'all,
That is a
I've been
travesty
to
that you've never
Texas.
been to Texas. That's crazy.
I've been to Texas.
What
When?
part?
I've been to Texas.
when and
too,
where?
When I was driving to Mexico.
She was in Brownsville talking about she was in Texas. She was in Mexico. You didn't go to Houston. If you didn't go to Houston, Austin, Dallas, or San Antonio, you
I
don't
didn't
live
go to visit. Well, I think we stopped in some place. But
She was in Mexico driving to the other Mexico.
You know what
That's
I mean?
crazy. Yeah, exactly. She was in Mexico, driving to the other Mexicos. That's exactly what she was doing. So Houston has the best food in America. So like, if you ladies ever find yourself in Houston, I would love to treat you ladies to a meal. And me, of course. So anywhere y'all want to eat, we can go.
I love to eat now.
well, thank
love
you.
to eat. Appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. It's been fun. And we will see you next time, hopefully very soon. And we'll check out your next podcast as well. And we'll show support. And if you guys want to drop your links in the comments on our Facebook page so people to have access to your sites as well, feel free to do that. We're certainly open to that. Support is support. We're all trying to be out here just making it. And again, we appreciate you for coming on tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all for having us.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Good night.